going on, guys? Seth Spartan here. Guys, this is going to be a video, a crazy video that whether you love me, hate me, or whatever, you're going to want to watch this to the very end. So guys, I've done pretty much everything in terms of bodybuilding, fitness, if you want to call it that, and all this crazy stuff. For those that don't know, I've played, I don't want to say almost every sport, but I've played a lot of sports. And not just that, rugby, powerlifting, bodybuilding, you guys know that. Or at least some of you guys know that. I've been massive. I've went for insane size, huge mass, size, bodybuilding. Go look at my video from a couple videos ago if you want to see what that looks like to the extreme. 2,500 milligrams of testosterone per week. All right, so I've took size as far as I possibly ever could have, all right, until I thickened my heart and I was getting heart dysfunction. And also, for people that don't know, basically what happened was I competed in a show, and I competed in the show. I won the super heavyweight division at that show, and also Dallas McCarver was there, okay, and he was guest posing. So I won the show super heavyweight. And he guest posed. 3 days later, after I was with him in person, he dropped dead. And that's why, and that's what inspired me to go get my heart scanned, okay? Because he dropped because of a heart attack. And lo and behold, I had severe heart wall thickening, the same as he did. And I was already having heart dysfunction at 22 from all the testosterone I was taking. So, you guys already know that you take too much testosterone, you take too many anabolics, you thicken your heart because it's a muscle, okay? Your biceps are going to get bigger, thicker, your heart's going to thicken. This causes heart dysfunction. Not to be confused with heart enlargement, okay? It's two separate things. But anyways, that's not what you guys came here for. You're here to see what in the world I'm talking about with the Spartan 300 cycle. Yes, that's right. I'm going back on cycle. I'm doing a cycle. I'm not going to call it a steroid cycle, and I'm going to explain why, but it is a cycle nonetheless. So I've done extreme, let's back up to powerlifting. Okay, I took natural powerlifting as far as I could. I took natural bodybuilding as far as I could. Powerlifting, I was bench pressing, 410, natural 19. I took then size as far as I could natural. I couldn't get any bigger, so I took everything under the sun in terms of anabolics, tons of testosterone, blah, 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 what have you, right? And we know how that went. Again, go watch my video like 2 or 3 videos ago. I show you guys what that insanity looks like. So now that I'm doing TRT for life, testosterone for life, HGH for life, whatever have you, I'm a naturalist now. After everything I know, I learn more. The more I learn on food, the more I learn about food, nutrition, the human body, anabolics, performance enhancement, everything that has to do with the human body. And again, I've written 2 books, Super Male and Shredded in 7 Days. Both are on Amazon. But the more I learn, both real world experience, the more I learn not just real world experience, but also digging through medical literature, the science, this combining everything. And it takes somebody, who's really been given, I'm just going to be plain and honest, a talent by God to be able to combine not only all the medical research and studies, which do have flaws, by the way, okay, go figure, and also the bro science, real hands-on experience. It takes somebody who's really been, gifted in that sense to be able to combine the two and actually come to a solid conclusion. But here's the punchline, guys. I'm a naturalist now. I don't think people should be putting anything in their body that is not already there to begin with, okay? Because the more man messes and tampers with stuff, the more problems we get. We see that with diet and nutrition, and we also see that with testosterone and anabolics. So testosterone, put it in, HGH, put it in, stuff like that, fine. But that's also why I tell people, I'm only doing testosterone HGH replacement, even though I can run, anabolic steroids as part of my HRT regimen, and the doctors can prescribe it, all the different docs I know. I'm not going to touch that stuff again because long term, we got no clue. We got no clue, baby, all right? And the same with nutrition. You know, I'm super anti-supplement now, especially now that I see some of the actually scary, severe, damaging effects from taking pure supplements versus getting it in your food. That's another video. Let's talk about my cycle, okay? So guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on cycle. This is what's going to be known as the Spartan 300 cycle baby, okay? Leave out the baby, but you guys know that's for emphasis. So the Spartan 300 cycle, this is what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna flip it up on the screen for you guys now so you guys can see. But long story short, we're gonna be doing testosterone, and by the way, guys, all of this stuff is from the doctor, from the pharmacy, from the clinic, made. If it says 200 milligrams on the vial, it's 200. If the Somorelin acetate purified with stabilizing agent says, 15 milligrams, it's 15 milligrams. We're not doing no garbage, black market, nobody knows the actual dosing, garbage, just straight crap that people put in their bodies nowadays, okay? All right, that's a whole nother rant. But so guys, what we're gonna be doing now for the Spartan 300 cycle is what? Testosterone cypionate, pharmaceutical grade from the pharmacy, 300 milligrams per week, continually, baby, forever, okay? All right, this cycle that we're gonna go as long as I want with this. This might be years. I might do this for 10, 20, 30 years, I don't know. All right, but the beauty of this, I can run this cycle as long as I want, okay? As long as I'm in good health, I can just keep running this. This is something that you can use continually. This can be a continual cycle. I don't have to get off. So we're going to talk about the crazy training and nutrition I'm going to be doing in a second. So first compound, testosterone cypionate, 300 milligrams per week. I'm going to be doing every other day injections, okay? Every other day injections with a 29 gauge half inch, okay? The vials, so 300 milligrams per week total. Every other day injections, 29 gauge half inch. And what you do is you shoot a full syringe of air in, okay, with a 1 cc syringe, and then you back pull it out. Or, if I'm feeling like I don't want to wait 20 seconds, then what I'll do is I'll just backfill it with a 29 gauge 1 inch syringe, right? By pulling the plunger out of the insulin syringe. And as far as HGH replacement, I'm going to be doing Somorelin acetate from the pharmacy. And the beauty of this, even if you're getting real Somorelin from a peptide site or what have you, they do not add stabilizing agents. So I'm going to be using pharmaceutical grade Somorelin acetate for HGH replacement. And for the people that don't know, Somorelin basically stimulates. Somorelin is more or less an exact copy of the hormone that signals your own pituitary to dump growth hormone. The pulse lasts up to about 2 hours, okay? So you take a shot of Somorelin, stimulates tells your pituitary to dump a natural pulse of human growth hormone. It's cheap, powerful, effective. You can use this stuff every single day, multiple times a day, and there's zero desensitization used correctly, as long as you're not using crazy dosages or anything else. Why? Because it's your body's natural hormone that originally is used to stimulate HGH production. I already did a Somorelin video on that, 7 videos ago or something like that. Go take a look at that. Somorelin quick take. Go check out that video if you want to know more on that. So I went through the testosterone. We're going to be doing Somorelin acetate, 300 micrograms per injection, okay? My stuff comes in a 15 milligram vial from the pharmacy. I'm putting in 7.5 ml of water in, which means that every 10 units I draw out on the insulin syringe, okay, every 10 units is 200 micrograms. So I'm going to be doing 15 microgram shots, okay, of the Somorelin acetate, okay? And if I do it, I'm either going to do it once per day or twice per day. My first shot will typically be after training, and then the other shot whenever I want to, okay? And that gives me huge releases of human growth hormone. And that's all I'm gonna be doing. Having said that, I take extremely high quality melatonin before bed. 2.5, 5, 10 milligrams, you take that right before bed. And the beauty of that is melatonin shoots your HGH production also through the roof. I would recommend you guys do that if you want to, okay? I'll leave that up to you, but it's gonna increase HGH production way more. All right, guys, now getting into my diet. I'll save that for the other videos. This one's already getting too long. I'll flip the slides up on the screen, what I'm doing for nutrition maybe. But other than that, guys, this is the Spartan 300 cycle. And I guess I'll just give you a quick rundown. I mean, what I'm going to be doing here is because, I went for insane size. I've taken size as far as I could, both natural and on steroids and on TRT. I've taken size as far as I could. I've taken strength as far as I could. 410 bench press natural, 430, 435 on TRT, and around 500 pounds just sauced out to the gills, testosterone, anabolic. So really, I have nowhere else I can really go, guys, with size and strength. I've done it all already. I've done everything already, okay? I've done everything already. What more can I do? So what I'm going to do here is, and truthfully, guys, I keep going, oh, do I want to do this again? Do I want to do that? And I personally keep wanting to use anabolics. Oh, I could take a little Anavar. I could take a little Anadrol. I could do a little this, do that. And then I'm like, wait a second. I've already done all this before. And if I start doing this and start going non-TRT, guess what? I'm just going to keep using it. Where's the stopping point? Once I start, let's say I'll just take 10 milligrams Anadrol pre-training. I'll just take 10 milligrams of it. Then I don't stop. You know what I mean? There's no stopping point. So, and for the people that don't understand, I'll explain where my total testosterone level is going to fall because of this. Guys, the range in the 1950s, I used the testosterone range from the 1950s. Why? Because that's before testosterone started going down every year. And the main culprit, yes, is the food and the other poisons we have nowadays, which we shouldn't even be calling that food. But one of the main culprits is plastic. Back in the 1950s, everything came in what? Glass and metal. Okay, so now guess what? Our food comes in what? Plastic. Everything we drink out of is what? Plastic. The average American consumes 4 credit cards worth of plastic per month. So what happens is that shuts down the male testicles. And that's why in the 1950s, the top of the testosterone range was about 1,700 compared to 2024, the top of the range is like 900. And you know why it's been going down slowly but surely every single year since the 1950s? Because the main culprit, like I said, plastic, other poisons in the environment, water, we can talk about fluoride, and the heavily processed food and the preservatives. And that's why it starts going lower and lower every year. Does that mean that's what a male should have? No. Because we have the data. Testosterone's been around since the 1930s. We have the data on where a male should actually or can actually be for testosterone replacement. So don't tell me 300 milligrams isn't TRT, okay? Baby, I'm going to the top. I'm going to the peak. I'm going to go to around 1,700 and hold there, baby. And that's exactly why I'm doing 300 milligrams per week. So guys, welcome to the Spartan 300 cycle. Let's get started. And as you guys can see, we're renovating, all right? Our new clinics, as I should call them, all right? Whew. And go to thehumanperformanceclinic.com if you want to get started. And guys, we're going to be focusing on, I've done size, natural, TRT enhanced. I've done strength, natural, TRT enhanced. And now, guess what? We're going to do human performance. I've never trained for peak human performance, and that's what I'm going to be doing now. So, guys, I could keep talking, but I think we've made this video long enough. I'm going to be going through bang, 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 bang. I'm going to be clarifying things. I'm going to be showing you guys my diet, going through that, clarifying that, going through the training, clarifying that. But that's pretty much it. Let's rock and roll, lock and load. Guys, you're going to see something crazy. that you've never seen before. And truthfully, this is might be my best and biggest transformation and craziest video series I've ever done, even crazier than the enhanced. You guys are gonna see some beautiful, amazing stuff, and you're gonna see a true human performance physique. Let's go. We'll do check-ins like every 10 days or what have you. I don't know. But anyways, we're out of here. Set Spartan. Get ready. You move mountains, kid.